disgusting stuff. So this coming from the Niagara Regional Police Service. Put this out today. Custody is in suspect after, I can't read that out, but this is in Welland on Sunday, August 31st. So this guy here, Daniel Senecal, let's put a face to it. Someone's got the photo there. This guy, as you can see here, she, her, got some flags here, clearly a guy. Broke into a house where there was a youngling. They say a girl under 5, I think she was 3 years old, went into her bedroom. The child was, after speaking with the child's parents, it became apparent that an unknown person defeated the lock on the front door, entered the residence between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. This monster went into the little girl's room. The parents didn't know. He then did this to the little girl, and then you can see here, I can't.
So obviously this this video, this topic is disgusting. You know, you can talk about crime laws and all this stuff, but I think the bigger issue here is, for me anyway, is this, the fact that this is a she, her, and I believe that this is exactly what happens when you participate willingly in other people's delusions. Boys can't be girls, girls can't be boys. You want to be gay, you want to put on women's clothing, fine. Do whatever you want as an adult. Leave the kids alone, that's another topic for another time. But, you know, the reality is that if you're going to just simply break womanhood down to a costume, I feel like a woman, therefore I'm a woman. I mean, it's completely ridiculous, right? But this is what happens when you just participate in someone's mental illness. You participate in their delusion. When you know, it's rude to tell someone that, no, the moon isn't made of cheese. The sky is blue. You know, whatever, looks that way to us. But you know what I'm saying? Like, these are not it's not your truth or my truth. It's the truth. It's a collective understanding of basic biology. And this is what happens. These are people that have never been told no, told every single sick sort of thing that they think in their head, or that maybe goes unsaid, but they're just constantly validated. This is the issue. This is the problem. You're not a homophobe or a transphobe if, you know, you believe that men should not be in women's spaces. If you believe that, you know, men shouldn't be participating in women's sports. You're not an Islamophobe if you think that, you know what, the fact that you're complaining about not having safe spaces to eat because you can't uncover your face on a beach in Canada is somehow our problem. That's not our culture here. If you don't like it, piss off. That's a different story. But, you know, the point I'm trying to hammer home here is that people gotta grab a backbone, and it can't just be the silent minority of us that are constantly the ones, you know, getting persecuted for standing up for ultimately what is right and proven down the road 2 years later. You've seen it with woke. You're seeing it now with COVID. You're seeing it with the vaccine, quote unquote, you know, where they changed the definition of the word vaccine from something that stops you from getting a disease to something that doesn't even mention that. It just says it stimulates your immune system. That's about it. So, you know, these are the kind of things that when you talk about them, if you don't have the balls to stand up and speak the truth because you're worried about what someone's going to say, this is the riffraff and the aftermath, the wake that's left in behind for society to clean up. And then people want to just be like, oh, act like it was no big thing later when they're proven wrong. No, take some accountability, make some noise yourself, say that you were wrong, and get this message out there. There's no more she-hers that clearly look like dudes that should be breaking into people's homes to, you know, whatever, try to unalive kids or scare them into thinking that so that you can have their way with them. It's disgusting. You're sick. You're clearly mentally ill. And I'm not saying everyone that, you know, puts themselves in that basket is mentally ill on the same level as this guy, but you're clearly participating in delusion to which is clearly just, it's a no-brainer, you know? Boys can't be girls, girls can't be boys. It's just that simple. So stop being afraid to speak up for what you know is right, and maybe we don't have to wait 2 or 3 years down the road until finally, you know, the word of common sense gets out. All right? Anyways, that's my rant on that. Somebody's got to change. People, stop voting liberal. Like, come on, wake up. Between the carny corruption, the crime, the cost of living, by what metric has this country gotten better in the last 10 years? By what metric? Assuming you're a Canadian citizen or someone, a permanent resident working to become a Canadian citizen, by what metric has it gotten better? Zero. All right, well, that's it for me on this one. I'll see you next time.